Turning now to our climate in crisis. Enjoy the beach, but please keep your distance. The Mammal Marine Center is reporting a jump in cases where humans and dogs are disturbing marine mammals in the wild. And now it's sharing ways in which you can hang at the California coastline while also keeping it safe for our wildlife and for you. Here to give us more insight is meteorologist Vianey Arana. Vianey, why this sort of announcement?
Well, you might have seen videos on social media in the past of sea lions or like that, washed up, and the people are trying to take photos and things like that. Well, there's a way to do it. Now, most people have good intentions, but let's get to it, right? So the Marine Mammal Center is the world's largest marine mammal hospital and rescue in the world. One of the main hubs is located in Sausalito, and the rescue efforts span about 600 miles of California coast and inland areas. However, their latest records of wildlife disturbances and rescues show of the 250 cases they've been documenting, 25% of marine mammals rescued and admitted into their hospitals were from some form of people or dog interactions. What do I mean by that? Well, some of those behaviors may have included things like crowding around an animal, which can increase the stress levels. So again, you spot an animal, you think, oh, does it need help? How cute. I want to get a picture. There's better ways to do that. Now, the numbers reported include San Luis Obispo with 80, Santa Cruz with 35, but the experts say data stood out in Marin County at 25 cases, but specifically those cases were more severe with harbor seal and elephant seal pups.
Okay, so you said, okay, if people see some marine mammals out there and they want to take a picture, but what are the do's and don'ts? That sounds like a don't to me.
Exactly. So you heard it at the beginning, right? Keep your distance. So we do have a list from the Marine Mammal Center of what you should and shouldn't do. So first things first, keep your distance. And we do mean a safe distance. By that, at least 150 feet. Also, call the experts. Now, although their research showed that, dogs and humans are playing a part in this, they also showed that people do generally have good intentions. They're trying to help. They think that they're helping the animal, but there are experts who are trained in this dynamic of, the environment. Also, use your zoom. And no, I'm not talking about the platform. I'm talking about the zoom on your camera. No seal selfies, please. If you're going to admire an animal, admire it from a distance. Also, your pets. I am a pet owner, Gia. You're a pet owner. We know that there's a lot of beaches where they are free to be off the leash, but you have to be a responsible pet owner. If you spot an animal, put your pet back on the leash, right, for the safety of both the marine life and your animal especially. Now, he also, Gia, described a case of a harbor seal pup, but I want to talk about the reasons why they think some of those animals are now coming onto shore more often.
Okay. All right. So there was Annabelle that was rescued in March of 2024?
Yeah, it was near Sausalito, the yacht club. The pup had been separated from its mom, and when a team of responders arrived, Annabelle was surrounded by a curious large crowd. Now, unfortunately, there was no chance of it being reunited, and she was humanely euthanized after suffering from cardiac arrhythmia, pneumonia, and malnutrition. And I spoke with the Marine Center, and essentially what he said was, the dynamic between the pups and the moms. The mom might be off getting some food or something and might leave the pup alone, but if the mom returns back and sees a large crowd of people around the pup, there's a likely chance that that pup might end up being abandoned. So while the intentions are good, other cases of rescues have been because of injuries or also toxins associated to the warming of our planet. The Marine Center urges people to visit the centers as well so that they can learn and help in the protection of these animals.
Yeah, the information is out there, but one of the things that I hear you say is keep your distance, use your zoom.
Yes.
If you want to take a photo.
And call the professionals. They will be there. They will show up. They have a team of experts ready to act and rescue, because ultimately I think we're all just trying to protect. And I'll make sure to post the interview for this story online on our website, Climate in Crisis.
All right, Vianey, thank you for that.